Hi there YouTube, Mark Verheer here with a video on the PlayStation 4. God, is it me or? Yeah, probably is me, but I'm very confused. So the PlayStation 4 pretty much is a PC, right? I mean, it has an 8-core CPU and 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, PC-style GPU. And so it basically is a PC style architecture like the original Xbox actually was, and it brings a whole PlayStation experience, tie in the Vita in a Wii U kind of fashion, tie in the PlayStation Vita, and have this whole PlayStation Network experience. Yeah, I mean, it could all be very nice. I mean, the social media bit. Personally, I mean, I am on social media. You can actually see I'm on YouTube right now. You know, I'm on Facebook and on YouTube and Twitter, and I do like to share my gameplay videos. So, but I do like to edit them and, you know, do some sort of narration on top or do a review. And this is just, you know, random sharing. So I think the internet is going to be flooded with a lot of random gameplay clips that don't necessarily mean anything. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it could actually set a trend that actually, you know, sharing gameplay footage is not a bad thing at all, actually, because they're actually themselves are encouraging it. So perhaps they should not, you know, grind down on the YouTube gaming community recording gameplay footage, and you know, because it's all free publicity, right? So yeah, and the good thing about the presentation is that they actually focused on two parts of social media: the ability to use your real name, focus on using real names, which is a great thing if it's, you know, if it's possible. But they also actually made it a point to talk about the need for anonymity. You know, to have an avatar, a game identity that doesn't necessarily reflect your own real identity, and that's a cool thing as well, because nowadays a lot of the online gaming communities, or the social media, construction is being going on, but the whole social media things, social media networks, they focus a lot on the use of real names, and because people can be held accountable much more if real names are used. But at the same time, there's a whole group of people that can't actually use their real name, not because they don't want to, but sometimes it's because of their jobs or because of their profession. People have a hard time distinguishing a profession or a professional attitude with a private person and stuff. So the use of real names, a real name, isn't always possible. So, I mean, the fact that they use a PC architecture doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad system. I think it's a great way to use, you know, I mean, it's a great way for developers. They can actually, you know, don't necessarily have to use crazy, weird-ass architectures. They can actually program probably using, well, a readily available programming language, and they just have to license the API from the PlayStation, from Sony. I mean, the fact that they use a PC-style architecture does, of course, make it perhaps more easily hackable or something, and that's, you know, that's a downfall of things. I think, you know, I think games should be so cheap that and the experience should be so good that hacking really isn't an option. I mean, I don't think hacking a modern system is an option unless it is to bypass region protection if you want to play games from another area. But yeah, I mean, using a PC-style architecture may actually cause some security issues, I guess. What's up with the controller, dudes? I mean, I like this. It's the PlayStation 3 controller, which basically looks identical to the PlayStation 2 controller almost, and also to the PlayStation 1 dual analog stick. And I like this. It's a bit too small for my big hands, as you can see. You know, it's. I mean, I don't have a lot of grip, but I mean, it's doable. I mean, personally, I do prefer the bigger Xbox 360 controllers because I have huge hands. I mean, 6'8", so that kind of works a bit better for me. But yeah, these are fine as well. They should actually make these available in various sizes. I mean, I don't know why they don't do that, but yeah, I mean, that touch thing on top. Man, I think I really think it looks butt ugly, but that's just me. And then backwards compatibility. They just, rip that out. Of course, if you move into a different architecture, it's bound to happen. No backwards compatibility. And there's a whole thing to be said about backwards compatibility. I mean, it does hold back the jump into new technology, new frontiers, legacy stuff. At the same time, it makes game content even more disposable. And also, of course, yeah. I mean, it also, of course, one of the other downsides is that if you introduce backwards compatibility, the system itself may actually end up being more expensive. Personally, I think having backwards compatibility in there is a good thing because it allows people to just see gaming and video games more as something that is there to stay and there to enjoy. I mean, you can still enjoy a book written in the last century or the century before that. You're still able to play vinyl records if you want to. If you really want to, you can still play vinyl records or play audio tapes or play VHS cassettes. Some people still collect those. CDs and DVDs, Blu-rays. I mean, they're all disc-based media that, yeah, will probably be accessible in the near future. But of course, things are changing. People are moving. Companies are moving into digital download, which may or may not be a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing if a game disc or a game is tied to a specific unit. And that it is not transferable to another unit. I mean, it should be linked to an account. And if you log in with that account on another unit, with the same account, you'll be able to play those games on there as well. That's a cool thing. I mean, Microsoft does that, and I think that's a good thing. And that you have to be online for another unit to do the check and continue to be able to play it, that's fine as well. And that you can actually tie a unit to a specific downloadable content that doesn't necessarily have to be online, just a single unit, or you could choose two, or that's fine as well. I mean, so that the software actually remains functional even if the servers themselves are shutting down or shut down. But tying games to a specific unit, I mean, if that unit breaks, you've just lost your entire game collection. It's worthless. So why invest in something like that? That's just stupid, That would actually make me more interested in hacking it, I guess, than buying software for. I mean, I'm not in favor of hacking, but the sense of ownership is very diluted. I mean, there's people who buy music from the Apple Music Store. You can't give that away to a different person. I mean, it's tied to your account. If you die, your offspring actually can't inherit that unless they have your login information. So ownership really is being diluted a lot, and people are being treated like damn milking cows, man. Okay, I feel like a damn milking cow if I can't play this anymore, but I have to buy this again on some network, have it streaming down my, all these not everybody has a high-speed internet connection. Not everybody has a capless internet connection, but, in order to play this again on the PlayStation 4, but I need to pay for that. I'm not a damn milking cow. I mean, buying the same content all over again. I mean, of course, if they do a triple HD version of this, maybe cool. But yeah, I mean, that really just pisses me off. Will I buy a PlayStation 4? Well, perhaps, if it's not too expensive. I mean, if it's around the €200 or dollar range, I might do it. 250, 300. If it's above that, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm really probably not going to bother with it. If there's a killer app, I mean, if they come up with a super duper Gran Turismo, I may actually go for it. But, just see it as a unit. But with a system like that, with downloadable content being tied to the machine, perhaps, I don't know if they contradicted that or if they confirmed that, but if software is tied to a specific machine, and if that specific machine is, and not linked to an account, and if that specific machine dies, actually how the Wii works, the Wii downloadable content, then it's probably something that I'm not going to invest a lot of money in. Or perhaps I have to change my stance and not see it as something I own, but something that I just consume, and that's just going to be gone in a couple of years' time. If you look at it like that, and see it as food, you drink water, you eat food, and you play a video game, and a video game is not going to be there. If that's the case, well, that's not what gaming is for me. Gaming for me is being able to play something like this in 15 years' time if I want to. Perhaps it's just me, and perhaps we're a minority, and perhaps most people will actually not care at all and just consume it. It's fine, but probably I will be watching from the sidelines. And hey, I'm living in the Netherlands, so probably I have to wait another year for it to come out even, a year longer for it to come out even. And I'm really curious how this will work. I think devices like these, Android devices, and hardware controls on it, or like the Arcus gamepad behind me. These HDMI smart TV, Android sticks, the Ouya, I think those have actually a much better future than the consoles, the traditional consoles, perhaps. So yeah, my 2 cents on the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2. Oh man, these are my 2 cents on the PlayStation 4. And I'm actually very curious what you guys have to say about it. And it's just me. I still have to catch up on a lot of information about it. It's just me, after seeing a couple of the presentations, what jumps into my mind. And probably a lot of people are thinking the same things. For me, I mean, if they are able to provide a very nice experience, very fine by me. If it's possible to use secondhand games on it, fine by me. If it ties a specific game to the machine and renders it impossible to operate on a different machine. So I mean, if you buy this and you finish it and you think, ah, man, it's not for me, it's just money lost. If you can't trade it in, or you can't, put it in another machine, yeah, that's something that really doesn't fly with me. If I have to pay $60, €60 for a game, I want to own it and I want to be able to play it in 20 years' time. If it's a consumable product that's going to go away, they really should rethink their pricing points, because I mean, a consumable product shouldn't actually, I mean, a consumable game, I mean, if this was an exposable game that you just consume, it probably shouldn't cost much more than a movie ticket. It shouldn't probably cost, or 2 movie tickets. It shouldn't probably cost more than a meal at a fast food restaurant or something. If it's more expensive, you want to be able to hold it in your hand, want to be able to stick it in a drive, you want to be able to take it to a friend's system. If that's not possible, yeah, and I do think they are going to run into a lot of problems, especially with this crisis going on. People are more tight with their money than ever before. So yeah, I just don't want to be treated as a milking cow, and for some reason we are treated as milking cows, and that's not a good thing. Ownership is diluted. Rebuying your games all over and over and over and over and over and over again. Doing minor alterations to the controls. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I mean, I bought the Wii U. I still have high hopes for that system. It's a good thing that Sony is trying to emulate that with the PlayStation Vita and trying to give you the same experience. And it's very smart, because they will actually be able to emulate much of what the Wii U is actually doing on more powerful hardware. So that's a smart move. So if the Wii U and the Wii U gameplay catches on, that may, and if it is possible on the PlayStation 4, that's actually a very interesting thing. So yeah, that's exciting. But basically, they're just emulating the Nintendo. So they are not being very how do you say that? I mean, it's more, the hardware is more fancy, the graphics are more fanciful. They emulate Nintendo in forms of innovation. They really aren't that innovative. They aren't actually at all. So probably it's going to be the same type of games with better graphics, and yeah, perhaps I'm getting old. I need to play some Pac-Man on my Atari 2600. Yeah. Okay, Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon.